Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars universe seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also, let's not forget about the new Star Wars TV shows, the new Star Wars movies that are currently in the works, by, of course, Disney and Lucasfilm, and exactly how they are also going to be essentially reviving Star Wars Legends and making a lot of those stories canon for all of the Star Wars fans around the world to be satisfied with. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, as we discussed a couple of days ago, there's a lot of things happening with the KENOBI series, with the Ahsoka Tano TV show. You know, they have a lot on their plate over at Disney, and as well as Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, you know, working on multiple Star Wars TV series at the same exact time. It really makes you wonder exactly what kind of workload they're really going through. Now, when we examine everything related to the future of the Star Wars universe, we have a lot of things happening between everything related to the canon material, to borrowing and cherry-picking elements from Star Wars Legends that's going to make its debut by early 2023. A lot of things are happening, by the way, with The Mandalorian Season 4 and Bob Chapek having a big plan to expand it beyond Season 4 because initially they wanted to end it at the 4th season. So with that being said, however, what's even all the more exciting has a lot to do with exactly what's been going on with some of the key characters that a lot of fans have actually grown to love and enjoy over the past number of years through animated material or live action material, whatever have you, right? So on top of all of that, what's even all the more surprising has a lot to do with The Mandalorian Season 4 and exactly how it will indeed involve Legends characters getting mixed together with animated characters coming into live-action form. Now, on top of that, with both Disney and Lucasfilm now focused on their new Star Wars universe with TV shows such as the Ahsoka Tano TV series, creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are already making progress with The Mandalorian Season 4 of the storyboards of that will include fan-favorite characters such as Ezra Bridger, Admiral Thrawn, and even Sabine Wren. Now, it's described, however, that currently one of the big scenes that are being finalized for The Mandalorian Season 4 is set to involve Mara Jade in the show that will be portrayed by actress Karen Gillan. Now, it's described that currently one of the big scenes for Mando Season 4 that is planned to begin filming by the beginning of 23 is set to implement a full-on scene in which both Mara Jade and Luke Skywalker have a scene together with Grogu. Now, this is set to take place closer to the end of Season 4 that will involve Mara Jade and Luke teaming up to take on Admiral Thrawn's army, with the aid from Din Djarin and Bo-Katan as well. Now, one of the sequences is set to involve a moment in which Grogu is in danger from Thrawn's forces, where Mara Jade runs across the battlefield to save Grogu by force pulling him into her arms, as she carries her from point A to point B during this battle. Now, let me just stop right here for 1 second. Now, obviously, Jon and Dave, they have said this before in the past that they love Star Wars Legends, they love the characters from Legends, and how they are looking for realistic ways to bring them back. I think that by far the most realistic Legends character that is coming back are two of them, actually. You got Mara Jade and you got Kyle Katarn. We talked about this lightly a couple of months ago of how Kyle Katarn is going to be one of the top tier Jedi students of Luke Skywalker that will be implemented into, you know, this new take on Star Wars as a whole. So when you look at it in that sense, that's another thing to look forward to, you know, without a doubt. Now, all of these sequences are already storyboarded and finalized to become a part of the script for Mando Season 4. Now, another scene that's planned also is set to involve a moment in which Din Djarin uses his jetpack to hover over a group of Thrawn's forces, where he uses a flamethrower that is near similar to Boba Fett's. However, the fire comes from Din Djarin, of course, is described to be white-blue for some reason, which would indicate it being a very hot fire. The scene involves all the fan-favorite characters essentially banding together in groups of 2, where they attempt to take down Thrawn's hidden base on a strange jungle-like world, where it is daytime 24/7. And let me just explain this real quick. Now, we heard about this bizarre jungle world a couple of times throughout the past 6 months, give or take, and we're still not quite sure exactly which world it is. You know, it's very unclear as to whether or not it's being cherry-picked from Star Wars Legends, because, let's face it, in Legends, there are hundreds of worlds to explore, and this one in particular, it's daytime 24/7. So that's a very interesting take on a Star Wars world that's going to actually implement a major battle between our fan-favorite characters, right? So Grand Admiral Thrawn, by the way, is going to be a big deal. Basically, John and Dave want to make him essentially the Thrawn of the Star Wars universe, right? They want to make him, I should say, the Thanos of the Star Wars universe, is what they're doing with Thrawn. So they're taking that element from Marvel, and they're kind of throwing it into this new universe for the franchise, right? So Thrawn getting the Thanos treatment, I think, is very ambitious, but at the same exact time, Palpatine is still pulling the strings in the background. Let's not forget about this. Now, beyond all of that, alright, this is where things begin to pick up a little bit more now, is that the scene is set to also progress to a point in which Mara Jade drops Grogu off the Din Djarin for him to take care of Grogu, where Grogu then uses the Force to lift a group of Thrawn's forces and throws them into nearby water while pulling away from their weapons. This is a moment in which our heroes look at Grogu in shock and awe of what he did using the Force. The scene then, of course, involves both Favreau and Filoni and how they are working on also utilizing the addition of Ezra Bridger to join the fight when Luke and Mara are in trouble by one of the new Dark Force users that appears near similar to an Inquisitor this time around from the KENOBI series. So, we talked about this also about a year ago, that there is this strange new villain that is going to be in the post-Return of the Jedi era that looks like an Inquisitor, but it's not an Inquisitor, just to be clear. It's going to have a very unique lightsaber design. We're not quite sure what that design is just yet, but the character is actually currently dubbed simply as Dark Moon, and he's described to be a human male Force user that takes advantage of the dark side and works with Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, this is the very villain that Ezra Bridger will face in Mando Season 4, where they both engage in a very intense lightsaber duel, where the scene is set to also include more Mandalorians in the fight that will surprise the fans without a doubt. This, of course, all connects to Mando Season 3. I don't know if you guys recall, but Mando Season 3, alright, there's a big scene planned for, I would say, around the middle of the actual season, give or take. It's going to involve a lot of Mandalorians, just to keep it short. And it seems as though that they are going to drag those characters also into the Mandalorian Season 4, given that Season 3 and 4 are being worked on back-to-back, not necessarily filmed back-to-back, but they are being worked on back-to-back. Basically, there's a lot of things happening, you know, in this big duel, in this big battle against Thrawn's hidden base on this jungle world. Again, I'm very intrigued as to exactly which world this is, and whether or not it's one from Star Wars Legends that's kind of reworked, or if it's a completely brand new world that we have never seen before. That all remains a big mystery. So, overall, guys, you know, let me know what you guys think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.